Greetings from the Black Hills of Dakota Territory, United States of America. You'll probably recognize this if you've watched many of my videos. This is the Nerd Cave. Note that light down there that's lighting up what I call the Tangle Wire Garden, which powers my computers and some auxiliary power equipment, which is the subject of this video. There it is, the uninterruptible power supply, originally a 1000 volt ampere APC power supply. But now its batteries have been replaced by a pair of automotive batteries. They're behind that wooden support there. You can't really see them very well. I've done some videos on how to do that, how to hack a power supply safely with automotive batteries. In retrospect, I wish I'd used deep cycle marine batteries. Notice that all of these computers are off. What I'm going to do here basically is simulate a power failure. Now it's about 9:30 at night right now and it's dark. And all of these lights, just about every single light in the entire house, the entire Nerd Castle here, is an LED light, which only consumes about 1/10 of the wattage of an incandescent light to provide the same amount of light, and lasts about 10 times as long too. Now those under there are incandescent lights still, but they're on dimmers. And there's the refrigerator, in which waits my catfish, which I'm going to have around 11 o'clock, fried with Cajun spices in butter, with mushrooms and sunflower seeds, oh my, in a huge bowl full of green beans and broccoli, and then a little bit of bran cereal on top of that. We're talking big time food here. Now here, those are incandescents. You can probably see them flickering a little bit. I've got them dimmed just a little bit. That's an LED light right there. That's a reading light that I would use. Here's the upstairs office, or I should say the main level office, with its lights on basically, but the computer's off. There is the little green light right there is the wireless router. And then over here, I don't know how well you can see that, cordless telephone, and underneath that is the modem, the cable modem. Then the bathroom. Now, if I expected a power failure was imminent, for example, we were having a storm, I've got a lamp in there. There's a lamp. Now, some of these lights are connected to that uninterruptible power supply, and I went to some great pains to wire them up so that they would remain on in the event of a power failure. Chances are that the Nerd Cave would not be fully operational when a power failure hit, and most of those computers would probably be off. So what I'm going to do, I don't know, you're probably not going to be able to see this very well at all. Rather than trip the main breaker, I'm mortified at the prospect of tripping the main breaker to simulate a power failure like this. Sorry you can't see this very well, but I'm mortified at the idea of tripping the main. I turned everything off. Now all of these subsidiary breakers I turned off. The main is still on. Notice though that some lights are still on. There's one light that's on. There's another light that's on. These are all LED lights, and that means they'll consume only a little over 100 watts all combined. which is good for that uninterruptible power supply because it gives me a lot of time to do what I would have to do in the event of a power failure. Now here you see, still be able to see in the bathroom. It's important to be able to see in the bathroom. Still be able to see up here. The little wireless router is still going. The modem is still going. The cordless phone is hooked up to that uninterruptible power supply as well. So I'll be able to see in this nerd castle in order to hook the generator up, and that uninterruptible power supply will give me a good deal of time to do that. If everything's on, if all the computers and everything are on in the nerd cave, I'll have about 10 minutes. But those things draw a lot of power. These lights don't. And I've already tested it. And this thing will easily run these lights for an hour. Hear those beeps? 4 beeps like that, and then a pause indicates we are on emergency power. But notice all of the lights in the nerd cave are still on. And if those computers had been on, they'd all still be on too. But seeing as they're all off, and chances are, welcome to the nerd cave. Just reminds me of where I'm at. Hallway lights remain aglow. Hallway in the nerd cave in the basement. Here's the lights that'll help me follow the instructions I've got for rewiring up the furnace fan in the event that a power failure occurs. There's the apparatus that... now all of this ensures that there can be no backfeed. I've harped on that a number of times. They are extension cords that I have to literally plug and unplug in order to transfer the power. It's a little dark there, but there's a light which illuminates the Honda EU2000i generator. It's underneath that cover. I'd get that out, and I'd set it up outside right underneath this light, which is also still on. And that will give me light to illuminate my work so that I can see what I'm doing when I hook the generator up. I've thought of all this stuff because after that big storm they called Atlas on October 4th and 5th that dumped 4 feet of snow around here, we lost power for 3 days, and I learned a lot of things in those 3 days. I've corrected most of that. I'm expecting this epic winter we're probably going to have more storms like that. But they might even be worse. Now the other thing that I will do is fire up the wood stove prior to a storm so that the furnace itself doesn't have to do any work, only the fan does. So these lights are still on. I can at least still see to prepare my food, although I would not be able to fry up my Cajun catfish. That's why I keep a lot of canned food on hand, just in case. And of course my reading light, so that I can read good old-fashioned paper-bound books, if I so choose. And I probably would choose. Atlas knocked out the internet and the telephone too. It was a drag. After 72 hours, I got so sick of it, when they plowed the road out, I split. Went to Cody, Wyoming. Just to get the heck out of here. It was getting a little old, you know, you get cabin fever and stuff like that. I don't know what to do about that. But at least I'll be able to see to hook the generator up. And you know that little EU2000i? You take care of your stuff, you know. And it'll take care of you. I went to great pains to maintain that generator over the summer. And when it came time for Atlas, that thing ran for the whole 72 hours. What a blessing. Take care of your stuff and it'll take care of you. With that, I'll say so long from the Black Hills of Dakota Territory, United States of America, until the next storm.